So we're getting, between 40 and 60 individuals over the course of 2 nights. So we're leaving a lot of people on the table when it comes to the mailers. We still want to have that in-person contact, and that, there's something to be said for that, of course. But when we're leaving all these people out there with nothing from us, it just is kind of a missed opportunity. As far as general marketing is concerned, getting our name out there, the mailers have that effect. They get our name into people's houses. But what it could also be doing is giving an alternative for people to still get this information, even if they can't attend a workshop in person. So, what I'm looking at is some of these technologies that are free to create a presentation that people can access online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And by integrating that into the mailer, we're still getting to those people who just can't make it, or just don't want to put in the effort, or don't have the time. So this video then would live on our website. It would live on a landing page, and that would also tie into our Google Ads campaign. So we can create an ad that says, find out more, find out this. It's a call to action where when they get to the page, they put in their contact information and they get a link to this video, and they can learn the materials that we go over, and they have our name in front of them. So what I'm using is a presentation called a screen capture recorder. It's called EasyVid. Basically, it's just taking anything that's on my screen, it's recording it, and I'm narrating over it. So this doesn't have to look exactly like this. There's a lot of options. We could easily pull up the existing PowerPoint and just run through that show in that manner. What I found that's a little bit more visually interesting than PowerPoint is this website called Prezi. So you basically can customize an entire show using this website, and then it just lives on this URL, which is kind of why this recorder came into play. So now I'm capturing this whole entire thing and making it a video. So just as a rough example, I threw this together using our existing PowerPoint presentation that we do for the Social Security seminars. This whole thing is completely interactive. So even if we don't use this through the web recording, I think it's a nice tool that we could use for other purposes. But to kind of get into what it might look like, so essentially it's going to be me, or whoever wants to do it, narrating the presentation. Like I said, I've plugged in material from our previous seminars, so what I did was just grab the obstacles that we usually discuss, just to make it more concise. So, we can talk about it creatively, how we want to put it together and what we want to focus on, but just for the sake of example, I took out a lot of the Social Security details. It was very, very heavy in information. So even to kind of capitalize on the changes that have happened, we can add, updates to the laws and get into more detail with it. So essentially, Prezi, it's an interactive thing, so I'm just clicking through, and I would narrate, welcome to Allied's presentation. This is an overview of what we're going to discuss. These are the obstacles facing, people when they are planning their retirement. So taxes, inflation, sequence of return, and then we'll wrap up with what makes Allied financial consultants different. So the first obstacle to overcome are taxes. There's 3 different types of tax strategies to consider when it comes to pension, retirement accounts, etc. The next obstacle is inflation. This graph shows the rate of inflation for different categories over a period of time. Sequence of returns. This shows the effect of when you're saving versus when you get to the withdrawal phase. Longevity is another thing to consider. So this kind of breaks down the distribution of ages, and that's something that needs to be considered. Rising cost of healthcare is another thing that needs to be considered. This chart shows exactly, what kind of expenses you might need to cover, and that needs to be part of your overall retirement plan, something like that. We get to the bottom and take all these pieces that are part of the puzzle here and bring it all together with Allied Financial Consultants. So when you come in for your complimentary consultation, we're going to discuss how to use Social Security benefit to maximize your overall retirement income strategy. We're going to check your healthcare expense estimates, so forth, so forth. So whether it's moving to the beach house, having time for the activities you love, or securing your family's future, retirement planning can help you live the life that you want, or just kind of pull everything together in an impactful way that drives the point home of what's the importance of what we're discussing. So then we'll just click out, and it goes back to this main page. So this is just kind of, like I said, a very rough sketch of what this could look like. It doesn't have to be this again, but what we're really getting at is having something that exists online digitally that people can access whenever they want.